everyone. This is Tala with Drive-thru Therapy. Thank you so much for joining me tonight on another episode. And as always, I'm grateful for your support and all the goodness that you guys do when you spread this word around. And I appreciate it. I love it. Thank you so much. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Great deeds. Thank you. All right. I'm been hit up with a lot of inspiration lately, and been doing a lot of self-reflection, as always, continuously growing every day when I am at work and I see back-to-back patients, and they are at a specific time in their journey. They're not all in the same place, emotionally speaking, mentally speaking, milestones. They're all different. They're not equal in that manner. So I don't know usually when a person comes in where they're at. And so I get to know where they're at, and I got to meet them where they're at. And not everybody is in the same place when it comes to readiness for change. So I've been kind of developing a way to assess change and finding out ways that would help you as a patient, as a listener, change quicker. So one would say that these episodes that I'm publishing here are ways to challenge our own thinking, to go beyond. But not every time I listen to an episode, depending on who I am or where I'm at in my life, it may not appeal to me. It may not be useful to me until it's time for it to be useful to me. The thing is, we are all exposed to the same information out there. Whether we are attracted to it at that time in our lives will determine whether the information that we're exposed to will be effective for us or useful for us at this point. So it's not that knowledge in itself is not useful. It's not that there's some knowledge better than other knowledge. No. And sometimes we do get into fights and arguments because we perceive that some knowledge is better than other knowledge, or some beliefs better than other beliefs. But in fact, it's false. It's a false idea if you think about it. I think that knowledge is something that you become attracted to at a certain time in your life. And that's why change is really subjective. It's so personal. And when a person comes in to therapy to seek change, they might say, I want to change, but most of the time they don't know what it is that they need to change, or what are they willing to do to change it? How open are they going to be for change? And that determines what information are we going to find relevant to us. It's not that I have any special information that when you come and see me, it's not that I have any special information about you more than you have about yourself. Except most of the time, you don't trust yourself. That's why I help you in guiding you trust yourself a little bit more to make the decisions you need to make. Trust that inner knowing that you have, that maybe you have neglected or not tapped into. So I want to make it very clear for all of us humans that we are all presented with the same information, the same abilities, and the same potential for a better life. But whether we can conceive it or introduce it into our reality, our current reality, is going to be the work that we're doing here. In session, every time a person comes in, I'm usually asking them where they're at with their progress, and I ask them what are the barriers that they're perceiving from progressing. And that's what I'm really looking for. Many people get uncomfortable with that question. They start making justifications, and then the self-shaming starts to come out. And that's not the point of the question. Really, I'm asking it in a problem-solving manner in a clinical manner, all I want to know is what is it that they perceive as a barrier for their own change. And a lot of the times, once they worked out that shaming thing and they start taking responsibility for what it is that they're not purchasing as part of their reality, whether it's being a little bit more consistent or making whatever their change is a priority in their life, whatever they're not making a decision to do it, which is why it is not resulting in progress for them. Okay? So that's why I don't really ever blame myself for it. I do the best I can. I'm right there suited up and ready to go into the game, but a lot of the times I could be suited up all to heck and people are not ready to play. And so I have to be very aware of that. I want to be very aware of where you're at in your journey. I want you to be very aware of where you're at in your journey. The possibilities for you as a human being and change is endless. It's infinite. It is as big as your brain can conceive and also what it cannot conceive. And in realizing that, it is going to help you to start allowing information to come in. And that is the difference between a person that's able to change into something that maybe they could not have perceived before, and a person who's stuck in their inability to change. Because change and what you're going to change into as a human being and grow into may not be conceived yet. Because if it was already conceived in your world, you probably would have probably been changed already. But because we're trying to go into uncharted territory for you, we're going to have to use a different gauge to allow for growth. Maybe a gauge that we were not in tune to before. And that's really our inner knowing, our mind within, our processing within that's intuitive in nature. Okay? Is the best way to describe that. So, allowing information to come in for us to see it and look at it is really important. That's the first step that I'm wanting people to really think about. And another way we say it in mainstream society is open-mindedness. Am I open-minded enough? Are people allowed to be in front of me, say what they say, be whatever it is that they are, whether it's something I could disagree with or not? Are they allowed to be just be in front of me and me not try to make it something that it is not? Me try to assume or impose beliefs and thoughts and judgments on that person or that situation that is going beyond what I'm looking at, beyond what is revealed to me. This is really important, you guys. This is really important because where we want to go, where I want for you to go, is a place that you haven't seen yet, right? So you don't know what you look like in the future when you've changed and you've become the self-actualized person you want to become. We don't really know what that looks like. So I'm not trying to have you go there because your mind is only going to use what it has experienced before, which may not be sufficient for what you don't know yet. Does that make sense? We cannot use our past to explain in the future what could possibly happen. We haven't conceived it yet, right? The change has not been conceived yet. So we have to allow this conception, this creation of this self within. And to do that, the first trick that I need you to be really aware of from here on out is, am I open-minded enough? Am I allowing enough? Or do I have so many judgments about people, places, and things, institutions, situations, political parties, political blah blah, the law, people and what they should and need to be doing, every little thing. I mean, am I resisting and trying to clean up what I'm looking at, or am I really looking at it and allowing it to be? Even better yet, am I also being on the inside that I'm just me, and whatever I'm looking at is not being intruded by my own assumptions of it, my own judgments of it. I'm just looking at it. So it's like a relationship that I have with the universe is the best way to say that. Am I resisting what I'm looking at, or am I finally seeing or allowing information in for me to see it? I think the information is always there. It's our lenses that are not working properly to see what the possibilities are. And so when a person tells me, hey, Tala, I don't think it's going to take me a while for me to learn this skill, or it's going to take for me a while to interrupt my negative thinking patterns. It's going to take for me, it's going to be very difficult for me to change my mind about something, or to let certain information in. I'm going to believe you. Those are your lenses. Whatever, again, you can conceive, you'll make happen. So I believe that about you. And so when you tell me that, I'm going to believe you. But this is the thing. Do you want me to believe you? Or do you want for you to believe something else? So this way, you can break through those limitations that you've been putting on yourself. I want you to be free when new information comes in about change and about a new skill that you would like to learn, or that you've always wanted to learn. All I want you to say that it's possible. That's it. It's possible for me to do it. That's all I want you to think from here on out. It's possible. If another person can do it, I can do it. If another person can do it, it's possible for me. This takes practice. It takes a lot of practice, because I'm still reacting as a human being to people, places, situations that do not align or agree with me and my beliefs. So I have to be able to be so self-aware of my own beliefs that I'm not imposing them or using them to judge information, situations, or possibilities. So this way I can move forward. I can go forward. We're going to the unknown, you guys. That's what growth means. I don't have memories in the future. I don't have memories in the change that hasn't happened yet, or that is happening. I don't have memories in it yet. So I have to get my brain to go to a place that I trust is there, but without like a map. The only map I got is just trusting and allowing the information to come in, and for me to see it, and for me to use it. We know and have been told plenty times, whether it's through motivational speakers or books, great books about self-help, psychologists, psychiatrists, philosophers, we're told of a different way of living, but we're not ready to see it yet. We're not ready to look at it yet. Our lenses are not allowing for us to conceive it as a possibility yet. So we gotta up the open-mindedness, people. We gotta start allowing. That means if I have somebody in my life that is doing stuff and I'm becoming disappointed because of what they're doing, I need to just accept what they're doing. I just need to look at it. I don't need to tell them that it should be a certain way, it shouldn't be a certain way. No. I think I need you to look at it without altering any damn thing to get you comfortable. That's what I need you to be doing. Look at it. Call it what it is. Call a spade a spade. Nothing wrong with that. And I think that from that place, we can move forward. Calling it what it is and not changing it. I don't need to live in denial by telling, for example, my husband that he needs to love me a certain way, and I need to be priority in his life when, let's say, he's working all the time and he's maybe cheating on me or whatever. I don't need to be telling him. So I need to see it. I don't need to be in denial. I need to call it what it is. But a lot of people are not ready to see it as it is. We're not ready to allow it, friends. It's not that we're not visibly seeing it. We're seeing it in front of us, but we're trying to alter the facts. We're trying to play around with them so we can get comfortable. All of it not useful. And all of it pushes us further and further away from growth, because I am so uncomfortable with change. I'm so uncomfortable with what I have no memories in. It's hard to go to that place. It's easy for me to go to a place that I have memories with, even if it hurts me. So if I'm self-destructive or self-defeating in my self-talk, it's easy for me to go to that place, even if it hurts me. If it's familiar to me, I'm still going to go. Where being peaceful, self-loving, self-forgiving on the inside, just warm like apple pie, I have no memories in that. I don't know what that's like. And I have to do some work to allow the possibilities of that coming into my life and making it reality. That's the difference between one person who's able to change and master areas in their life. And it's not because things go easy for that person or they win the lottery. No, that is not why. It is because they are allowing of the unknown. They are calling things in their reality as it is. They're allowing it to be in front of them, and with them not altering it, attempting to change it, they are allowing for themselves to change within, to understand or accept whatever they need to accept and whatever it is that they're looking at. Not going the opposite way of trying to change stuff outside of me so I can get comfortable on the inside. You get what I'm saying? So I've been reflecting on that. It's always something that comes up consistently in my session and in my work. Not everybody is gonna fit into the same size treatment plan. Oh no. Everybody's gonna be at a different place in their life. Some are more allowing than others. That's how I measure it. I'm just letting you into my secret. Some people are more allowing than others. That's what makes a difference between one person changing quicker than another. Their allowance of the possibilities. The universe does not have any favorites. We are all treated equally. We are all treated equally. But we only go as far as we conceive in our life. We can only do as far as we can make up or purchase or anchor into our reality. And if it does not evolve, and if it does not change, and if you don't allow information to be transformed in your world and to evolve as well, we're not going nowhere. We're just going to be exactly where we're at, and we're going to hate it, and we're going to call it depression. We're going to call it anxiety, because we cannot conceive beyond. Because I'm too scared to move beyond where I don't know, where I have no memories in. So I ask all of you to reflect on that. And me included. I'm not exempt from the bunch. I am the bunch. And I know that you'll do the same. So let's get started, you guys. Let's get started right now. Right now. Let's open it up. Let's open it up to the point of discomfort. To the point of, oh my God, I'm calling it what it is. I'm not going to try to alter it. I'm not going to try to change anything or anyone or any place or any situation. I'm going to allow it to be. And from that place, I need to alter myself within or allow it to grow. So I can accept what I'm looking at and allow change to come in. It's a finicky little balance within. But I'm telling you, it will tremendously boost up our ability to change once we allow, once we accept things as they are. It is magical. Magical, I tell you. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I hope this was useful to you guys, and that, I'm here with you. And that there are no favorites, there are no special skills that I need to have for me as a human being to grow, except one, and that is allowance. Am I allowing new information to come in? The information is out there. Your ability to use strategy, and the tools are out there, but your ability to buy into it is yours. Your ability to perceive it as part of your reality is yours. That is all you. That is your free will, your free choice. So let's get on it. Let's do it. I'm sending you love and light and possibilities. This has been an episode of Drive-thru.